remember, in the early days of having listing appointments all day long and then getting home at like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And that's when I'd actually start the marketing and the technology. So I'd start building there. And by 2, 3 in the morning, I was so tired. I'd get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd do the same thing again. And I did that for years. And I'm not saying that that's a sustainable path long-term. It's partly why I had to make the decision of, what do I love to do? What brings me joy? What's my passion?
And so when did you start building the team? What year was that?
July of 14, I left my first brokerage and went to a second brokerage. And by the end of 2014, so I remember the last couple of years of me actively selling with an assistant. So 2013, I sold 147 homes. 2014, I sold 175 homes. And by the end of 2014, I realized that selling a home every 2 days with one assistant supporting that business was not sustainable for me. I had a young daughter. I wanted to spend a lot of time with her. There were other things that I was passionate about life. Like, I did not want to work, 100 hours a week. That was no longer what I was willing to do. And so at the end of 2014, I remember having these reflection moments. I can tell you exactly where I was. I was on a boat fishing in Florida, and the phone was ringing off the hook, and I couldn't service the business. Leads were coming in. I'm like, this is not the right way to do this. Like, I can work myself till I am literally sick. And I decided in that moment that I'm going to start getting some help. I'm going to get some other people to come in the organization that can help with these things that I might know a little bit about, but maybe I'm not great at it, or I don't have capacity. And so I made that decision. And right at the end of December of 2014, I hired the first agent. I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't know who to hire. I don't know when to hire. I didn't know how to evaluate talent. I didn't have any assessments. I didn't have any core values. I didn't have any vision. I didn't have a mission. Almost every single thing I did was wrong. And that's encouragement for anyone that's paying attention to this right now. Like, just keep moving forward, and you're going to learn and grow as you go. You're never going to have it all figured out. And I didn't know any different then. I just knew I needed help. And, there were so many things that I did that were not right that I come to learn now, but I kept moving forward. I think that's a critical piece of anyone that really wants to have a high level of success.
I remember the day when I came home from showings and all the appointments that I have. It was Saturday. It was probably like 8 o'clock, and I sit on my couch, put a TV on. I know that I have to write 3 offers, and I just want to take a little bit of a break. And then my phone starts ringing with new clients, and they sending me messages. I want to see this house. I'm like, that's it. I go to the Instagram. I put a post. I need help. Buyer's agent needed. I will provide leads. And that's when it started for me that I need to start bringing. But I didn't hire an assistant in the beginning. I went into the hiring an agent who will help me with showings first.
Yes.
That was I think that was like everybody's saying that first is assistant.
That's the thing. It's not a straight line. There's a lot of different ways to do this. There's also distraction. So one of the things that I've been really good at is staying super focused. I see a lot of people in our industry right now and in other businesses that are so distracted, right? This shiny object, that shiny object. I want to be this. I want to be that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Let's roll this out. Let's roll that out. And they never do anything great.
Yes.
And there's power in being super focused that helped me get to where we are at today. Now, of course, I can't take much credit for the success that we're having today. I've got really smart people that I'm fortunate to be around, but the foundation of it was mostly me. And I knew that there were a lot of things that we could be way better at, that we could innovate the way things were done if I could just do the work. And I think too many people aren't willing to do the work first. They see this and they watch this interview and they go, how do I do 4,000 transactions? How do I do billions and billions of dollars in sales? But they're not willing to go to the $50,000 listing appointment 2 hours away, 6 or 7 times a day for years, 7 days a week, right? So they see what the finish line looks like. Wow, like, there's got this mega brand. He's all over social media. There's all these transactions. He's got all these people. He's built his own technology. It looks amazing. But there was years of grinding. I think one of the things that I think is a little misconstrued when you think about production is that you hear often that, that there's a lot of team leaders or broker owners that talk about being out of production. And yes, you might physically be out of going to that home, but everything that you've built and everything that you work on has your fingerprints on it. You have a pulse on, this is the strategy we use to get more. It could be selling a home for more. It could be getting buyers access to off-market inventory. It could be strategy. It could be other strategies that you've put in place. And so yet I might not be there physically every day with every customer, but there's so many things that I am involved in to make sure that consumers are still getting a great experience when they work with our company.